Good morning, YouTube. We're in my garage today because it's hot and I want to make it cooler. If you didn't know, I live in Texas and it's August, and that means it's pretty much over 100 degrees almost every single day of August, and a lot of July and sometimes June and sometimes September. Anyway, it's hot as hell. It's Texas, right? So last year I installed an air conditioning unit and it's doing an okay job. I mean, when it's 100 and something out, it really can't keep up. Pulls the garage down to like 90 something degrees, which is better than 100 and whatever degrees, but it's not that great. So that's my old unit. It's doing an okay job. We're gonna install that Honeywell unit. Not only that, I'm also gonna do a few other tricks. We're gonna install some paneling, some insulation on the garage door today, and then eventually I'm gonna install some insulation up in the attic. And then we're gonna see how well that Honeywell, get it? We're gonna see how well the Honeywell does compared to my old unit, which one does a better job, and that's what we're gonna do today. I'm finally gonna be cool in this garage.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
So yes, this is a sponsored video. MyHomeClimate.com contacted me, got a hold of me and asked me if I wanted to have one of their Honeywell units. They are an authorized dealer for the Honeywell appliances, air conditioners, evaporative coolers, things like that. So any sort of home comfort products. So yes, they sent me that for free. I was very pleased to accept one. So if you guys want to get one of these Honeywell air conditioning units, bit.ly/Honeywell-portable-air conditioner, and it's capital letters for each word, and use the code NORMALGUY15. That's gonna get you 15% off your entire order, which is awesome. So not only is this already a cheaper unit, you can get 15% off. So the old unit only is an air conditioner, dehumidifier, and a fan. The new unit is an air conditioner, dehumidifier, fan, and heater. Oh, you're in Texas, it never gets cold, and that's not true. Sometimes in the winter it does get down to 30s. We've even seen it get down to teens, but that's pretty rare. On those days, if I have to work on the car, having a little bit of heat in here would be nice. Both units are 14,000 BTU. This unit is the Honeywell HL14CHESWW, and it actually looks pretty sleek. You can see it's slightly taller than the other unit. Looks like maybe it's a little bigger. They're about the same dimensions, otherwise front to back. They're kind of interesting. The way you install it is you basically have big exhaust pipe that vents to the outside air. Yeah, there is one other trick we're gonna do today. So that exhaust pipe gets really hot. I have some insulation we're gonna wrap around those exhaust pipes. There's the old exhaust pipe sticking through the wall. Obviously, we're gonna have a second one going through there. Plan is, I'm actually gonna leave both ACs in here because until I really get this garage insulated well, I think we're gonna need it. And it's a pretty large space, and once you pull in a car that's hot, so for example, if I've been out driving and I pull it in, and then we wanna work on the car, this thing gives off a ton of heat. So having two units, 28,000 BTUs, I think that's really gonna keep me cool. But I think the bigger thing is insulation. I just need insulation. So first thing we're gonna have to do is actually cut a hole in my wall that goes to the outside of the house. That right there is pretty much the furthest to the right we can go, because once you're about here, this part of the house actually is connected to one of my bedrooms. So this part of the wall is open to like a breezeway, so we can punch a hole right there. I'm just gonna go directly above the existing hole. That way, if I ever sell the house and get rid of these things, we can just patch it up vertically. It'll all be between two studs. All right, got my hole marked out. So I'm just gonna use a simple drywall saw, cut that through. Once we get through there, what we'll do is drill some holes, marking on the outside where it is, and then we'll actually saw it using a Sawzall. Check that out, we've got both units running. Both of them are saying 81, 82 degrees is the ambient air temperature. I think that's a little bit low. I will note that the Honeywell does seem to be moving a bit more air. So now that we got that set up, let's insulate the door, because obviously a ton of heat comes in through the garage door. So this part of my wall has a stone face, and you can see it is 86 degrees, and then this right now is already 88 degrees, 89 degrees. Right now the sun is not directly hitting the garage door, so in the late afternoon, I've checked this before, And I've seen it as high as 110 degrees. So obviously that's where a ton of heat's coming in. So I bought this insulation kit from the Home Depot. Super easy to install. It's just a bunch of foam. We're gonna basically cut it to size and then wedge it between each of the door panels. And that should get us the insulation we need. So each of my panels is about 48 inches once it's tucked in. So I'm cutting these panels to about 47.5. All you need to do is take a razor blade and score the solid side of it and then snap it and it comes right off. And I'm gonna take a bunch of the tape and tape these panels in so that we got a nice seal. Alright, we've got the entire door insulated. Unfortunately, this stuff makes a mess, so there's like shrapnel from cutting the foam all over the place. Let's check on how we're doing. So both units say 81, 82, both reading about the same. Let's see how much cold air is coming out. So this one's got, let's see, about 62 degrees. And this one's got about 64, 63. So they're pretty damn close. And then the exhaust temps, so upper one's at 86, lower one is at 86, 87, so pretty close. Pretty much they're both doing about the same. So ultimately what it comes down to is the Honeywell has more features, and if I remember correctly, it's actually cheaper than the other units. I mean, if it was me, pay less to get more features than pay more to get less features, considering their performance is basically identical. I just realized something really cool about the Honeywell that I don't have on the old one, which is you can actually adjust where it blows just by pushing it. Obviously I want it shooting more out to the room, so I want it really kind of low. And that way it's gonna really blast the air way out here. That's kind of nice. Yes, that's much better. So again, go check out myhomeclimate.com. You can go buy these Honeywell products. This unit is pretty impressive. So let's see how the insulation's helping. So we shoot the wall, and we're getting 86 degrees. We're gonna shoot well, it's 86 degrees, that's good. So it's basically reading the same as the wall, which again, this is masonry wall on the outside. It's got stone, so pretty well insulated. All right, cleaned up the mess. Now what we're gonna do is tape all the edges with some duct tape just to make sure the panels don't fall out, and also to kind of get a little extra bit of sealing on these. Now, theoretically, you probably should hire an expert to adjust the spring for the extra weight. I wouldn't do that yourself. It's kind of a scary big-ass spring, and those things can really injure you if they let loose, so I'm not going to touch it. All right, I had to take a brief intermission because one of my rental cars broke, so I had to go rescue the car and the renter. It's a wall down there is, woo, we're way up to 94 degrees. The ceiling's up to 94, 95, 93. The wall over here is at 89. But look at this. We're only at 91. That's pretty good. Look at that. The metal is 95. And then just moving right over here is 92. So we're quite a few degrees difference. That's a pretty substantial amount. Well, as is the case with most home improvement projects, I ran out of duct tape. So I've got all but the last like 4 or 5 panels done. Good enough for now. Let's test the garage door, make sure it can actually open and close properly. Very, very nice. I am very pleased with that. Interesting enough, it's actually a little bit quieter. It's not that it's maybe that much cooler in here than it is outside, because right now it's about 101, but it's so much less humid. If I go outside, I'll start sweating instantly, and in here I'm actually pretty comfortable, certainly with fans running stuff. This is quite comfortable. I could actually work on the car and deal with this. This is good. Definitely need to do the attic. I think that'll be a key. I'm really content with this new Honeywell. It's doing a great job. So again, myhomeclimate.com. There's a link in the description below and a discount code. So go use the discount code, go buy one of these. They have lots of other options. So maybe you don't have as big a garage, maybe you don't need quite that much horsepower, but 14,000 BTUs is, if you guys are looking to cool down your garage, these little portable air conditioners are a pretty good idea. Certainly a lot easier to install than a mini split. Those mini splits cost $3,000 to $4,000 once you get a professional installation. Insulating the exhaust makes a huge difference, and then insulating the garage door and insulating the garage as a whole makes a big difference. And certainly if you're in Texas and you got the 100 and whatever degree heat going on, yeah, you're gonna need to do some insulation in order to make these things do any sort of reasonable stuff. So before, when it was 100 degrees and I ran these, I was lucky to have it get down into the maybe 92 to 94 degrees was pretty typical. And today we seem to be getting about 82, which is much better. So, and it's the middle of the day. So right now it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's easily over 100 degrees. You know, when this is the 10-day outlook, 100, 102, 103, 102, 102, 102, 103, 103, 101, 100. Yeah, we're gonna need some air conditioning. All right, that's a do for now. We're gonna be doing a lot of car stuff. You guys are gonna wanna subscribe, like, and share this video, so stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet. Hold on just a minute. We're not done quite yet. So it's been about 2 weeks since I installed the Honeywell air conditioner, and I wanted to talk about it because, so when I did the first air conditioner install, a bunch of people asked me months later, did it actually work? Was it working? So on and so on. So I wanted to address some of these comments before they even come up. So some of these questions that I know you guys are gonna have, now that I've had it for a few weeks, I've actually used it quite a bit. Why is it that if that unit's rated for 700 square feet, is it I need 2 of them? And that is because this garage is not insulated. It's about a 450 square foot garage, and you would think one of those units, either one, should be adequate to cool it, but it can't because it's not insulated, and all of this ceiling right here is uninsulated attic. So that attic space gets to about 160 plus degrees this time of year in Texas, and that heat just radiates down from above. So yeah, it's a losing battle until I insulate it. So if this was inside my house, it would probably do a much better job. And just to give you an idea, this time of year in Texas, when it's 104, 105, 106 plus degrees out, my home air conditioner, my big central air conditioner, 3.5 ton unit that's brand new, super efficient. We even added tons of insulation to the rest of the house. It literally cannot keep up with days like today when it's 104 out. By the end of the day, when it's like the sun's finally going down, our house will have increased in temperature all the way to 78 degrees, even though it started the day off at like 74. And then we actually have an auxiliary window unit upstairs, so both of those can't keep the house. So the fact that 2 of these units are having a hard time in the garage is not entirely shocking. And again, if it was insulated, I think this would be much better. So that would be the big thing, is don't expect to add one of these in Texas and have it suddenly drop down to 70 degrees. It's not gonna happen. Will it bring it down to a much more manageable, comfortable temperature? Yes. And certainly with the 2 of them and some fans and adding insulation, this would be much more comfortable. How does it actually work in the real world? So 2 days ago, I spent the entire day in the garage. I started working on my car at 8 in the morning, and I didn't stop until 10:30 at night. I was fine the entire time. I didn't sweat like crazy. The highest temperature I think I saw it get up to was 84 degrees, so it's pretty darn good. That was really awesome to have it be that comfortable all day long, no suffering. 84 with the lack of humidity was amazing. The Honeywell pulls out a ton of the humidity from the air, so that alone makes it so much better. Downside of the garage is you got a big door, so if you need to open the garage door for any reason, it's gonna lose a lot of the cool air, and it's gonna take, you know, maybe another 15 minutes to get back down to a pretty good temperature, but it does recover pretty quick, which was awesome. So another thing is, now that the units have been settled, keep in mind the Honeywell, I was starting later in the video, earlier in the video, so now you can see it's all the way down to, look at that, 56.8 degrees, and the other unit is 59. They both seem to be within 1 to 2 degrees of each other, but overall, now that the Honeywell has been running for a while, if they both get started at the exact same time, the Honeywell cools slightly faster is what I found, and it blows about 2 degrees cooler on average than the other units. So it is, in my opinion, slightly better at cooling, and it definitely blows way more air. So when you put your hand there, you can just feel much more volume of air. So overall, it's a much better unit. And again, this also comes with heating capability, so it's got one more feature for less money. Finally, I wanted to show you, this is the window bracket that actually comes with the unit. So if you were to install this in your house, you very simply would add this bracket into your window. You can see it's actually adjustable. If you have a really big window, you can see it adjust out much, much larger, or if you have a smaller window, you could obviously use only the smaller section. But then that air vent that's going through my wall would actually connect right here, and it would be really easy to just plug in and then have it sitting in your window, and the installation would be even easier than what I had to do, because obviously in my garage, well, there's no windows, so I'm stuck cutting a hole in the wall. So don't forget, use that code NORMALGUY15. Go visit the link, it's in the description below. It's also right here This is exactly what I needed in my garage, so I can actually work on my car comfortably. I mean, I can't even tell you how much better it is to have this rather than profusely sweating when it's 105 degrees out. Because the problem is, without these air conditioners, it doesn't get up to 105 when it's 105 out. It gets up to like 115 degrees in the garage because all that attic heat just comes down. Not to mention, if we pull in a car that's been driven, then it goes up to like 120. It's just a sweat box. It's absolutely incredibly hot. So the fact that these can pull it down that low is very impressive. So I'm very content with this. Now we're done. Now that's all I got for you guys. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Go check out some of my other videos of us doing DIY work on Ferraris and some other incredible cars. We're gonna be doing a lot of car stuff. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.